All right, so this student work is really, really good, but it is an example of maybe not drawing through the object. So while this first object is correct, what it would look like if you were to draw through, well, first we'd have that far plane, and then we would have this would carry across. And then we'd see a diagonal right over here. So let me just maybe knock it back a little bit and do it in black. This is a really easy one for me because it's so well done that I'm just kind of showing the step that I'd like to see. So we have the front plane of the Tetris shape, and then we'll also have the far plane of the Tetris shape. And I kind of try not to get too much into a habit, but so like I change, what I draw, like which part I draw first. But it's all about managing your angles. And your vertical lines have to be perfectly vertical. Your diagonal lines have to be like the same angle. So I don't know what angle you guys prefer. Everybody's kind of got that one magic angle in their arm that they can draw with. But yeah, so like this is what it would look like with the draw through. And there's a lot more going on there, but as you guys are going to see with form subtraction, the draw through is super important. Let's just do one more, maybe the cube. But this work is there, and if we were doing like finished work, this would be acceptable, and it still is acceptable. I just want to encourage all of you guys to attempt the draw through so that we can, have a full understanding. I'm going to change the angle. I don't know if you guys noticed, but this angle down here I thought was a little off. I might be splitting hairs, might be being a little too picky. But there you go. So that's what draw through looks like. On to the next one. Okay, looking at this work, it's a really well done practice page. I think that this is a great example of understanding the concept, but maybe a few of these boxes, like this guy over here, let's see if I can get a zoom on him. You understand the concept, like the concept is really strong, and where maybe your work isn't coming to fruition is actually an execution, and I want to show you something. So we'll layer one. I'm going to break out my handy dandy rule tool, and I'm going to set myself to the happy correction color of green. So you've got really nice vertical lines here. It's like, look at that. Look how close to perfect you got it. And like even over here, right? So there's like the opportunity for improvement. But watch, if I use a ruler, and this is like, I know rulers are, so-so to use. But if you clean this up using a ruler, you'll be much more satisfied with your work. And it goes back to my earlier point of the lines have to work together. So if the lines don't work together, it's kind of like, do you have one football team or 11 football players on the field at a time? If that's the correct number of football players on the team. And then right here, let's check your diagonals. I'll agree with this first one. We'll say that's the diagonal. And then let's move this over. Let's see if you got the diagonal. Oh yeah, look at that. So The angle was correct. That's fantastic. The placement was just a little bit off. But again, remember that I am using the Wycom. So here we go. So see this angle right here? I've got it lined up. I slide my ruler down. All right. So this one was pretty far off. But again, you know, you're just learning, so don't be too hard on yourself. Let's make sure I have an exact. There it is, the vertical line. We'll put it here. All right, there we go. And then we will. Let's get back to this angle. Let's copy it. All right, and then we'll bring it down here. Let's see how you did. So see, I'm using the same angle. All right, so yeah, there's another opportunity for improvement. So if you were to like do a breakdown of what was right versus what was wrong on this cube, I would say most of it was correct. It was just there were a few errant angles in there that, you know, got away from you, and that's okay. That happens. I like if I didn't have this drawing tablet with me, you know, my angles would get away from me too. But do you see how I'm copying one angle and moving it to the next spot? There. And if I wanted to, I could knock this back just a little bit, start a new layer, get rid of the ruler tool, and let's draw this box, and let's knock this layer back too. All right, so here we go. Let's see if I can do this freehand. Switch back to black. All right, so vertical line. Oh no, don't do that. Vertical line. See, my lines even have a little bit of a wobble. So I mean, the line can be a little bit wobbly, but the overall angle or idea of the line is what has to ring true. So, no worries. It's something. The reason I can explain this so well is it's because it's a problem I frequently like anything that's happening with you guys, I've had happen in my work. And that's kind of the fun part about teaching art is, you know, it's a shared experience. So there you go. So that's just a little bit of cleanup, and you can kind of see my history and your history, and that's cool. Like, it's totally cool.